Hello everyone, this is Ashish Sani from Innovate Yourself. Welcome back to my channel. Once again, I am back with another session on the Heroku application, and this time I will show you that how you can deploy your Flask application onto the Heroku server, which means we will make your Flask application, or let's say your Flask project, live onto the Heroku server in our today's session. So that means this time we will be having a completely dynamic project with us, and that completely dynamic project can be set live onto the Heroku server so that it can be accessible to anybody all across the world. So this is all that we are going to do in today's session. And now let's not waste time and let's get started. So for that, firstly let's do one thing. Let's create a new project, and into that project what I will show you is that I will create a very basic project in which I will be having a simple web page which will be opened with respect to the Flask application, so that if in case I will access that API which will be generated with respect to the Heroku app, so I will be accessing that and that will show me the result onto the web page, and that web page will be the one which I will just create now, right? So this is all that I will do now. So for that, let me just create a new application and let's give it a name. Heroku Flask application, right? So just open it up. Now open the terminal. Alright, so now I am inside the Heroku Flask application which I just created, and inside that what I have to do is I have to set up my complete project so that I can further set that project live onto the Heroku server. So before making our application live onto the Heroku server, what we have to do is we have to first create the project, and that project requires two different requirements, and it is having two dependencies. One is the Heroku and the second one is pipenv. So it should be installed onto your system, right? So for that I have to run two commands. For the Heroku part, I have already shown you in one of my previous sessions, so if you want you can check there, otherwise that's okay. I will show you that command, that how you can run it and how you can install it, right? So let me just run that. So the first one is this. So sudo snap install -- classic Heroku. So this one is to install the Heroku if in case it is not installed onto your system. Like in my system it is already installed, so I don't have to install it again. So I can show you that. Can you see? It is showing me some output, that means it is already installed. So that's why I'm not installing it. But if in case you want to install it, then you have to run this command and it will be installed onto your system. So this is how I can install the Heroku for that. So let's remove this now. And after that, second one is pipenv. So for that you have to type this sudo pip install pipenv. So if in case it is not installed, then with respect to this command it will be installed onto your system, right? So when I will press enter, it will get installed, but in my case it is already installed, so that's why it will directly make it install, right? So it will not take much time. Okay, so it is already installed, so you can see requirement already satisfied. So it is giving you some package error, but that's okay. I don't require that one because I will be using a different version for Python, right? So this is 3.5.2, but I will be using 3.7.2, right? So that's not a problem, you can ignore that, right? So this is it. And after that, now let's create the basic project so that I can show you that how I can run the Flask application and how I can further use it onto the Heroku server, right? So this is how I can deploy it. So for that, let me just add few files for that, right? So the first one will be, and before that there is one more thing left, and that one more thing is that you have to set up an environment with respect to pipenv. So let's just set up the environment for this Heroku app, right? For that you need to enter this command. So this is like pipenv install flask gunicon. So that means what you have to do is you have to install Flask and Gunicon, which is required for this project, right? So that's why I'm going to use this one. So just press enter and it will install the Flask and Gunicon for your project, so you can further get started with that. And also you can see in here using Python 3.7, which is 3.7.2, and I will be using that one in this case, right? So this is what I'm doing right here. So now it is setting up the environment for you. So once that will be done, you will see it will create some file onto your current directory. So you can check that. First let it finish. So can you see updated pip file.log? So it is showing you this, and if I will check like ls, it will show you that it will create two files for you. The first one is pip file and the second one is pip file.log. So it is required, and after that you will be able to set up your Flask project onto the Heroku server. So that is why it is required. So I'm done with this part. After that I have to move to the next step, and that next step is to create your project. And with project you have to also create the proc file, so you need to add that. So for that just type touch, just enter this, and inside this what you have to do is you have to mention the data, what exactly you want to do, right? So let me just add all the things which are required. So first go inside this proc file, and in here you have to mention that what exactly you want to do. I will be using the web interface, that is Gunicon. So this is Gunicon, and with that I will be creating one script, and that script will be given as GI. So I will be using that, and inside that I will be having the application. So just mention this app, and what exactly this is I will show you, but first let me finish this part, right? So now I'm done with this. Just save it and exit, and after that you have to create another file, and that another file is runtime.txt. and inside this file, inside this text file, what I have to mention is that what Python version I'm going to use in here. Like in the beginning I said that I'm not going to use Python 3.5, but I will be using Python 3.7.2, which is already selected over here. You can see Python 3.7.2, right? So this is what I'm going to do now. So let me just update this one, and in here just type Python 3.7.2, right? So this exactly I will do in here, and this will be like Python hyphen, right? And now I'm done with this. Now save it, right? So I'm done with this part, and after that what I have to do next is that I have to write a program, or let's say I have to create my Flask application. So for that let me just create a directory, and that directory will be app, and I will shift inside that, and inside this I will be creating my main application, inside which I will be having the complete routings for the Flask project. So let me just move inside. I'm in now, and after that now create a new file, and that will be main.py. Enter this, and now inside this what I have to mention is that what is the complete project and what exactly my motive is to make this complete Flask application, right? So whatever is the routing, what is the from first page, what is the next page, what is something else. So whatever you want to add, just add in there, or if in case you already have some existing project, you can add that inside this app directory, right? So this is how you can do, but right now I don't have the existing project, so I'm going to make a new one. So let me just create that, right? So I'm going in and I will add the complete data for that, or let's say I will be adding the complete routing for it, and just add it here. So as you can see, like I have written the small project, and in that small project I will be creating a simple function, and that will be routed with respect to this. Like this is the home page, and on the home page what I'm doing is I'm simply printing a very simple message like welcome to innovate yourself. So this is what I'm showing in here, right? So this is a very basic Flask application for that, right? And for that I'm not running it directly inside the same file, but you can do that. But to make it more clear, so that's why I'm just using wsgi.py, which is another script, and from there I will be running this complete project. So this is how I'm doing right now. But if in case you want to use the same project, or let's say if you want to use the same script to get started, then you can add that app.run in the same file as well. So that is up to you, right? So let's save this for now and go back, and after that again go back to the previous directory, and in here we have to create wsgi.py. so this is the name of the script which I have mentioned inside the proc file, so that this will be considered as the main script, and this will be run when you want to run your project onto the server, or let's say onto the local server as well, right? So this is how I'm going to do it. And also I will show you that if in case I have to run it locally, that how it works, right? So don't worry about that. So let's go in here, and in here just mention the code for it. So let's type it, and now just type this one, right? So as you can see in here, what I'm doing here is I'm simply calling my complete project over here, right? Like this is the app over here, and from there I'm simply running it, app.run. So that is right. So this is all that I'm doing, and this is how we will be treating wsgi.py as the main script, and this will be run based on the proc file. So this is what I'm doing in here. So save it now. So this is all that I have done, and I hope I have completed all the steps. Let's just verify that whether the project is successfully done or not. If that project is done, that's okay. Otherwise we will make the modifications, right? So let me just run the next script. So for that, simply type Python 3.7 because I'm using Python 3.7, and accordingly just type wsgi.py. Now press enter. Okay, so the thing is, right now as you can see in here, I have installed all the packages like Flask and Gunicon, but that is not installed onto your root environment. That is installed inside the pip environment, right? So let me just activate that. So for that, one command is needed, that is pip env shell. So just press enter. So when you will run it, you will see it will activate an environment for you, and it will automatically name something, right? And that something is like Heroku Flask application. It has given this as a environment name, right? And that is how it is activating that. And now when I'm going to run this command like Python 3.7, then it will just run it. Let me just run it now. Python 3.7 and wsgi. Now press enter. Can you see the environment is activated, and now I'm able to run this application, right? So when you will go to this API, you will see it will open something like this, like welcome to innovate yourself. So this is what I have done over here, right? So from these updations, what I have done is I have simply created a very basic Flask application based on which I'm able to show some message onto the front end part, right? So this is how I'm doing it. Similarly, if you have some complete project, you can add it here and you can test that whether it's working or not. So this is a step, this is the first step which I have done now, and based on which we are sure that now your project is ready, and now we can deploy it onto the Heroku server. So to deploy it onto the Heroku server, now we have to move to the next steps, and for that let's start with that, right? So let me just clear this one, right? And now I'm done with this part. So for that, I have to add this complete project as a Git repo, right? So I will be creating some Git repo, and let's initialize that. Git init, right? Press enter, and I have created this. Now after that, just I git add everything. I'm adding everything to it. So I have written simply git add dot, which means whatever you are having onto the current directory, all the things should be added onto your Git repo. And after that, git commit, just mention the name, init data, let's say. Now press enter. So can you see all the files, all the data, whatever you have added and whatever you have updated onto the local directory, or let's say onto the current directory, all the things has been committed now, right? Now you have to further log into the Heroku server. Now let's log into the Heroku server, and as I have already shown you in the beginning that how you can install the Heroku, so that means I'm considering that you already have Heroku installed onto your system, so that we can move ahead. So simply type Heroku login. So when you will enter this, you will see it will ask you like press any key to open up the browser to login, or Q to quit. So I'm just opening it so that it will run it. So can you see in here, it is opening in a new tab, right? So just click on login. So if you may have already logged in before some time, so that at that time it will directly log you in, otherwise it will ask you for the password. So in my case it is already logged in, so that's why it didn't ask me for the password. So this is how I'm logged in now. And now when I'm done with this part, and after that what exactly I have to do is I simply have to create a Heroku app, or let's say I have to create a new Heroku app where I'm going to deploy my current project. So for that, simply type Heroku create and just name your project, right? So let's say I'm giving it a name as Flask IY and press enter. So it is creating, but something went wrong, and I think I have already shown you this part before as well. Like in this case you must not mention any uppercase values, right? So that is the thing, and I will not had like small IY just because I already have some different application with the same name. So let's mention it like Flask IY Ashu, right? So this is the name which I'm giving. Now press enter. So you will see it will create an application onto the Heroku app for you, right? So this is the API for that, and this is the Git repo for that. So this is how I have the complete project for that. And after that, when you are successfully done up to this point, which means now we are completely done, and the only thing left is the last thing, which is to push your complete project onto the Heroku app which you just created. So for that, just type this command git push Heroku master and press enter. So what it will do is it will just push your complete project onto the Git repo, and your project will be set live onto this API which you have got here, right? So after that, when you will run this API, you will see your project is running onto the server at this particular API, right? So this is how we can do it. So let it finish, and after that we will see that whether it's actually working or not. Alright, so you can see in here that this deployed to Heroku, which means your application has been deployed, and now you can access that onto this API. Now just open it and let's see whether we are getting some output or not. So can you see this time? This is an API which I just mentioned and which I am opening right now, and on there you can see this is the same message which we just entered onto the project. So this is all that we are doing in here. So in my case I have shown you a simple message, but in your case maybe you are having some complete project in which you are having multiple pages and everything, and this is how you can make your complete project accessible through the Heroku server onto the live server, which means you can make it accessible to anybody all across the world onto the Heroku server. So this is all about this, and I hope now you have got the proper understanding of how to deploy Flask application onto the Heroku app without giving any charges, right? So without paying any money to any services, you are able to access it live onto the server, right? So this is all about that, and I hope everything is clear to you. But still, if you are facing any difficulties in understanding the topic, then feel free to leave a comment below in the comment section. And also, if you have liked this video, then do click on the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then do click on the subscribe button so that you do not miss any videos from my channel. Till then, bye bye and happy learning.